And now, ladies and gentlemen, inclusive education is not just a concept, it's a commitment. And it's a commitment to empower all learners by recognizing and celebrating their unique strength and challenging. Discussing that, I would like to welcome our panelists. First, I would like to welcome Mohammed Al-Najjar, Senior Learning Difficulties Specialist at Sharjah Center for Learning Difficulties. I also welcome Sara Covill, Manager of Early Years at Primary at Victoria's International School of Sharjah. I welcome Dr. Cara Williams, Assistant Professor in the Department of Teacher Education at Sharjah's Education. And at last, I welcome Mohammed Al Nabulsi, the Training and Development Officer at Sharjah City of Humanitarian Services.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to the session today. We will be discussing inclusive education, empowering students with diverse learning needs. And first, we will have Sara Covill. She is the Manager for Early Years and Primary at Victoria International School of Sharjah. She has a Bachelor with Honors in Early Childhood and a Master's of Leadership and Management. She has over 25 years of experience in education, and you may go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Cara. So I'm coming from a school perspective when I give my introduction this afternoon. So first and foremost, our priority at VIS is to avoid the need for intervention in the first place. We do this by focusing on Tier 1 preventative practices where explicit, systematic and cumulative literacy instruction in all classrooms is a priority, and by supporting teachers to confidently make adjustments and differentiate for all students. When necessary and identified through assessment and monitoring, we analyse the data to make decisions for small group interventions. The slides.
Can we have the clicker for the slides, please? Or change to the next slide until we get the clicker?
Thank you. So at VIS, Minilit and MacLit. Thank you. So at VIS, Minilit and MacLit are the intervention programs for literacy. We use Minilit and MacLit form part of a suite of programs from Multilit, which stands for Making Up Lost Time in Literacy. Multilit is grounded in scientific evidence-based best practice from Australia. It complements the Australian curriculum and pedagogical approaches we use at the Victoria International School of Sharjah. Minilit and MacLit are small group reading intervention programs for students identified in the bottom 25% of expected range for their age group, focusing on Tier 2 students in a response to intervention model. Minilit is designed for students in grade 1 and 2, so about 5 to 6 years of age. A teacher works with about 4 students 4 times a week for 45 minutes at a time. 30 minutes of that lesson is focused on explicit instruction in phonemic awareness and phonics, including fluency and developing vocabulary, with the remaining time spent on practice and application using decodable texts. MacLit is a similar program, however it's designed to suit older learners, grades 3 and up. Also providing support for low progress readers in the bottom 25% of expected range for their age group. Also focusing on phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary and comprehension. Again, a teacher works with about 4 students 4 times per week, but for about 1 hour at a time. The program is also suitable for individual students. Both Minilit and MacLit lessons complement the whole class explicit teaching of literacy and English curriculum. So students are not missing out on the lessons with the rest of the class, but are supported for short term to fill any literacy gaps, monitor progress, and integrate them back into the classroom. The teacher would then differentiate group or individual work as required. Thank you.
In case any of you are interested in reaching out to Ms. Covill, well, her email was there. The next person is Mohammed Najjar. I'm sure they'll bring your slides up in just a second. 1 second, 1 second. He is a senior learning difficulty specialist at the Sharjah Center for Learning Disabilities. He has over 20 years of experience in education across Jordan, Bahrain, and the UAE. Take it away, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you. السلام عليكم. في البداية دعوني أتحدث عن بعض الإحصائيات التي من الممكن أن تكون صادمة بما يخص حقل صعوبات التعلم، بالإضافة إلى النسبة المعروفة عن انتشار صعوبات التعلم من 7 إلى 15 حول الدول. في أن تشير بعض الدراسات إلى وجود إلى أن 70% من الطلبة ذوي صعوبات التعلم الذين لا يتلقون الدعم المناسب يفشلون في إكمال التعليم الأساسي ويتسربون من المدارس. النسبة الثانية الصادمة أيضا أن 80% من حالات عسر القراءة لا يتم تشخيصها إلا بعد الصف الرابع، فهذا يعني وبهذه الحالة يتم تأخير الدعم المناسب لهؤلاء الطلبة. كما أن 70% من المعلمين في بعض الدول أو في معظم الدول لم يتلقوا التدريب الكافي للتعامل مع حالات مثل الطلبة ذوي صعوبات التعلم. هذه الدراسات تحتم علينا أن نطور ونراجع ممارساتنا في الخدمات المقدمة لذوي صعوبات التعلم. وهنا يمكن الحديث عن 3 أطر رئيسية في تقديم الخدمات. الإطار الأول هو إطار الدمج. كيف يتم دمج؟ هو فعليا هم طلاب موجودين في المدارس، ولكن كيف نقدم لهم الخدمات بما يناسبهم، يعني تقديم الدعم المناسب لهم في البيئة المتواجدين فيها. الإطار الثاني كفاية المعلم الذي يقوم على تقديم الدعم لهذا الطالب. والإطار الثالث الخدمات المتكاملة لذوي صعوبات التعلم، بحيث أنه ما نقدم لهم إحنا فقط خدمات أكاديمية، هم بحاجة إلى خدمات أخرى. بشكل سريع، هذا إطار الدمج يجب أن يكون متكامل، يبدأ بالتصميم العالمي للتعليم ويندرج تحته جميع أنواع الممارسات ضمن التصميم العالمي، من التعليم المباشر، التكنولوجيا المساندة، التعليم المشترك، جميعها يعني تحت إطار التصميم العالمي، وهي مهمة جدا لتقديم الدعم المناسب لذوي صعوبات التعلم. الإطار الثاني هو إطار الكفايات. في عندنا 3 أنواع من الكفايات للمعلمين يجب التحقق منها. الإطار المعرفي اللي هي الدراسة الجامعية، بالإضافة إلى ذلك الإطار الوجداني، أنت بتتعامل مع فئة أو مع الطلاب بشكل عام، لازم يكون عندك إطار وجداني، أخلاقيات عمل معينة في مجال التعليم، بالإضافة إلى الكفايات الأدائية، وهي تنفيذ ما تعلموا في الجامعة أو الكفاءات المعرفية. بالنسبة للإطار الثالث وهو الأهم، إطار تحسين الخدمات، بحيث أنه نقدم الخدمات متكاملة لذوي صعوبات التعلم. في عندنا مجموعة من البرامج، معظم التوجه يكون على تقديم البرامج الأكاديمية، وهذا جزء بسيط من البرامج التي يحتاجها ذوي صعوبات التعلم. فعندنا برامج أكاديمية، برامج نمائية، برامج اجتماعية، برامج تنمية مهارات شخصية، برامج مساندة وهي الأهم للدعم. في النهاية بس بحب أحكي عن بدي أركز على مركز الشرق صعوبات التعلم، شو الخدمات اللي بقدمها للطلاب فقط. يعني إحنا عندنا خدمات كثيرة، ولكن هذه الخدمات تختص بالطلاب. في عندنا تقريبا 10، وممكن أن أكون دكتورة نسيت أسجل بعض الخدمات هاي المختصة بالطالب فقط. فما بنركز على البرامج الأكاديمية فقط، البرامج الاجتماعية الأخرى مهمة جدا، وهي داعمة وهي أساسية جنب إلى جنب الخدمات الأكاديمية. شكرا.
شكرا على محمد. And last but certainly not least, we have Mohammed Nabulsi. He is the Training and Development Officer at the Sharjah Center for Humanitarian Services. He's also the Easy Read expert, which he's going to talk about now. And he's a writer for kids and youth and has over 20 years experience in NGOs and disability. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Cara. May I use the clicker, please? Well, thank you for this chance, first of all. Sharjah City for Humanitarian Services is our first Emirati organization for people with disabilities. And as the gentleman said before, working with people with disabilities is kind of a commitment. So we develop our services in many levels. So one of them is the Easy Read. The Easy Read simply is a technique for the adult people with intellectual disabilities. So they can read the complicated information with the Easy Read technique. And this technique is available in Europe and UK since 80s maybe. And it's kind of a new thing. It's a new technique. It's not developed enough in the whole world. And also in our board, we didn't use it before, but now we have it in our board because of Sharjah City for Humanitarian Services. We developed the standards, the Arabic Easy Read standards, and it's really important to explain I'll go through the accessible reading. The accessible reading is not the Easy Read. The accessible reading is any kind of reading with the assistive technology. Like for example, Braille is kind of accessible reading. The audiobooks is kind of accessible reading, but the Easy Read is part of the accessible reading. So it's different. So the Easy Read, as a definition, is a technique for adult with intellectual disabilities. We use pictures and we use a simple language also with a very specific standards. And we need to create the standards and develop it according the feedback from the people with intellectual disabilities. Also, we use it with people with learning difficulties sometimes, and we use it also with non-Arabic speaker or non-English speaker or who is learning the language late, let's say. And yeah, this is the name of the Easy Read in the whole world. For example, that they call it in Australia Easy English, but not Easy Read as UK or US. We call it Al-Qira'a Al-Mubassata in Arabic because we simplify things. It's not easy thing. We are simplifying things, the reading or the language. So that's why we call it Al-Qira'a Al-Mubassata in Arabic. It's an Arabic word, I'm sorry. So we created the standards, and we can use it for the user guides, for example. We can use it for the government documents. You know, when we go to the bank and we sign the contract, when we sign it for the credit card or for the loan, and everything is written by very small language, and we don't read it, and we just sign it because we don't understand what is it exactly. So this is what they feel, people with intellectual disabilities, when we encourage them to be independent in their life, but they don't know the rules. They don't know what is going on. Yeah, for example, if he wants to go to rent a house or to start his job, for example, the job description is very complicated for him. So the Easy Read is the way how to make it easy. I'm sorry for the if I take more than my time.
It's okay. So we have 1 minute and 30 seconds. I will ask you a super quick question. What can parents do at home to help children with developing literacy for success in school?
Okay, thank you. I think one of the most important things that a parent can do is read with their child at home, talk to their child, encourage them to enjoy and love reading, whatever that looks like for them, and communicate with your classroom teacher, especially. If you've got any concerns as a parent, we would encourage parents to talk to their classroom teacher, but also listen to the classroom teacher in terms of if there are specific concerns in the classroom, that I'm sure the teacher would have very good advice on how to support children with those specific skills. So it might be phonemic awareness, for example, involves things like rhyming games and syllable counting, things like that. So giving them advice on how to do that in a fun way and a non-threatening way at home.
One quick question for you. Can you please give us one strategy that teachers can use in the classroom for children who may be struggling with reading?
With reading.
Or math? Or math?
بالنسبة للاستراتيجيات بشكل عام هي مش استراتيجية. الأفضل من الاستراتيجيات هو البرنامج. الاستراتيجية بتكون محددة في نقطة معينة، ولكن الأفضل الاعتماد على برنامج. أنت لما بدك تقدم الرياضيات يكون في عندك برنامج متكامل، تبدأ ستيب باي ستيب، خطوة خطوة، حتى توصل إلى الليفل الأعلى. الاستراتيجيات عادة بتكون محددة للطالب نفسه أكثر ما بتكون محددة لطلاب صعوبات التعلم. في عندنا مئات من الاستراتيجيات، ولكن هذا الطالب هو بحاجة لاستراتيجية معينة.
Thank you.